Hello, everybody. So, as you all know, that we were discussing about organizational change models, and we have covered many models of organizational change. So, today we'll be covering one more model. The name of the model that today we'll be discussing is the work redesign model. Okay, so I'll be telling you the meaning of a work redesign model. Okay, and its process also. So we all know that redesigning, first of all, I want to tell you that redesigning here means restructuring the job. Okay. So restructuring the elements, including tasks, duties, and responsibilities of a specific job in order to make it more encouraging and inspiring for the employees or workers is known as job redesigning. Okay, so this process includes revising, analyzing, altering, reforming, reshuffling the job related content and dimensions to increase the variety of assignments and functions to motivate employees and make them feel as an important asset of the organization. Okay, so I can tell you that the main objective of conducting job redesigning is to place the right person at the right job. Okay, and get the maximum output. Okay, get the maximum output while increasing their level of satisfaction. Okay, their satisfaction level should also be increased and their output should also be maximized. So restructuring is that when you give employees altogether new tasks, you give them new responsibilities for a specific kind of job. Now, why are we restructuring these things? Why we are restructuring the duties? Why are we restructuring responsibilities? So that the employees feel more encouraging, they feel more inspiring. Okay, that's why this job redesigning is done. Now, what is the process of redesigning? What is the process of restructuring? I'll be explaining you with this diagram. Now, you can see here, this is a 5-step model. The very first step is revising the job content. Now, in the job redesign process, the very first step is revising the job content. That means job redesigning process, we know that it involves recollecting and revising job related information. Okay, we need to collect all the information regarding that job. We need to revise all the job related information to determine the inconsistency between person and the job. Obviously, we can see if we are, if you are at a manager post, we need, the very first step is that we need to revise, we need to recollect all the job related information. Okay, and then we should determine that where is the inconsistency. Okay, where are the employees lacking. Okay, so we need to check the inconsistency between the person and the job that he is doing, or maybe the functions that he is performing. Second step is analyzing the job related information. Now, the managers have revised all the things related to the job content. Now, the second step is analyzing the job related information. Now, once the job analyst is through with the recollecting and revising the job content, he has analyzed everything, he has analyzed the discrepancies. Okay, now the next step is, now, actually, this step is done to determine the hindrances in performing job related tasks, that where the hindrances are coming from, what are the discrepancies, okay, in performing the job related tasks and duties, and then investigate why an employee is not able to deliver the expected outcome. Okay, whatever we have obviously some expectations from our employees. Now we need to find out that why that employee is not able to deliver the expected outcome. Okay, and the third point is altering the job elements. Now in this step, actually in this step, it is to amend the job elements. Okay, it may include cutting back on extra responsibilities, or even you can, if you want, if you don't want to cut back the extra responsibilities, you may add of more functions, and you can add some higher degree of accountability. Actually, the basic aim of altering the job content is to design a job in such a manner that it encourages employees. It encourages employees in such a manner that they should work harder and they can perform better. okay, that they should perform better. That's why we are restructuring the job process. Okay, next fourth step is reforming job description and specification. Now we have altered all the job elements. Okay, we have altered all the job elements in the previous step. Now a job analyst needs to reform the JD, job description and specification, in order. Now he should, he should altogether reform the JD. He should reform the job description and specification in order to make sure that the worker placed at a particular place is able to deliver what is expected of him. Okay, now he should, deliver that whatever the expectations of a managers are from him, he should try to deliver all of them altogether. Okay, next is reshuffling the job related tasks and duties. So the next is to reallocation of new or altered tasks and functions to employees. Now it may be done by, you can say it may be done by rotating, it may be done by enriching, job enlargement, engineering. Okay, so the idea actually is to motivate the performers while increasing their satisfaction level. Okay, so this is the process of job restructuring. Actually, if I talk about the advantages of a restructuring model, the main advantages are, it actually enhances the quality of work life. It motivates the employees and it enhances the quality of their work life. It increases their on the job productivity, and it gives them encouragement them to perform better. And also it brings the sense of belongingness in the employees. Now redesigning job and allowing employees to do what they are good at, obviously it is going to create a sense of belongingness in them towards their organization, towards their company. So that's why we can say that it is an effective strategy to retain the talent in the organization and encouraging them to carry out their responsibilities in a better fashion. Okay, so finally I can say, I can conclude it that I can conclude it by saying that it creates a right person job fit. Means you all know that job redesigning plays an important role in creating a right person job fit. So while we are harnessing the full potential of employees, it can help the organization as well as employees in achieving their targets or goals. Okay, so therefore the purpose of redesigning is to actually identify the tasks. Okay, identify the task significance and skill variety that is available in the organization, and then reallocating the job related tasks and responsibilities according to the specific skills possessed by an employer. Okay, so this was a very basic simple model. Okay, this was a very basic model, work redesign model. In this model we have only started that we can restructure the job. Okay, give them new responsibility, you can give your employees new responsibilities, you can give them new tasks and make them job fit, so that the output of the employee may be increased. Okay, we are doing this job restructuring to increase the motivation level, to increase the sense of belongingness in the employees, and in the we are also doing to increase the output of employees. Okay, so this was all about work redesign model. I hope this model is clear to you, and in our next presentations we'll be doing the next, I think you will be undergoing the last model of change, and then this topic will be over. Till then, thank you and take care.